Hello and welcome to our roundup of the European Parliament's latest plenary session here in Strasbourg. The week saw debate and action on passenger records, corporate taxes, the financial crisis, and tensions with Argentina. We begin with the cross-Atlantic years-long debate over just how much personal information authorities should have when you step on a plane.
It's the third attempt to hammer out a transatlantic accord aimed at preventing another September 11 attack by giving authorities passenger data that could track down terrorists. The European Court of Justice threw out a 2004 agreement as an invasion of privacy. The European Parliament voted down another accord for the same reason. The new deal on passenger name records, or PNR, puts time limits on U.S. access to European passenger data and limits U.S. authorities' direct access to airline data banks. PNR includes names, addresses, credit card details, and seat numbers. Axel Voss, the EPP Group's shadow rapporteur on the issue, says the accord successfully balances EU and US interests.
The US has a totally different approach on this matter because of historical and political and constitutional reasons, and therefore the security issue is the main issue for the US, and we in Europe are thinking, we have to more balanced situation for the freedom of the people and the citizens.
The treaty enters into force on May 1st. Balance is also what the EU is seeking when it comes to corporate taxes. Now, some would like to see a harmonization of taxes across Europe, but there's resistance to that. Instead, there's an effort to consolidate corporate taxes to make it easier to do business across Europe's single market.
It's called the Common Consolidated Corporate Tax Base, or CCCTB. It's a single European system for calculating the corporate tax base of companies large and small doing business across Europe. The advantages: it reduces red tape by allowing companies to file one tax declaration in the EU. It cuts costs of complying with 27 national tax systems. It stimulates small and medium-sized firms by making it easier to set up subsidiaries. And it makes the EU more attractive to foreign investors by providing a single tax system. Marianne Thyssen of the EPP Group is rapporteur of the measure the plenary approved. She assures that this is not, as some countries fear, a backdoor effort to harmonize taxes.
Dus de grondslag, hetgeen belast wordt, dat gaan we samen.
The tax base, what is taxable, will be determined jointly by all member states, but the tax rates will remain the prerogative of the member states. The member states will be free to raise or lower tax rates or to introduce tax incentives as they see fit.
The measure now must be approved by the European Council, which remains uncertain. Parliament's support, while only consultative on tax issues, could still be important politically.
Uncertain, too, is the way out of the financial crisis. European Commission President José Manuel Barroso sought to address those fears here by announcing a package of growth initiatives.
Barroso said the measures aim to free up Europe's internal market and could boost growth by up to 1.5%.
It gives European business unfettered access to other companies and 500 million consumers, and allows them to develop the scale to compete globally.
EPP Group Chairman Joseph Daul supported the Commission's proposal and called for greater support of Europe's 23 million small and medium-sized businesses that he says create 85% of Europe's new jobs.
Il faut les soutenir.
We must support them so that the banks finance the small and medium-sized enterprises. They are in the process of letting them go. That's not right. There must be much more effective support. We have to be much tougher for the small and medium-sized businesses. They are jobs we have and that we don't want to lose.
Et que nous ne voulons pas perdre.
Finally, the dispute with Argentina. The European Parliament wants to stop that government from expropriating the assets of the Spanish oil company Repsol.
Tough talk here in the Parliament, backed by a resolution that was spearheaded by Spanish EPP Group members, upping the pressure on the Argentinian government of President Cristina Kirchner, which plans to seize Repsol's 51% share in the Argentinian oil company YPF. The resolution deplores Argentina's decision as an attack on the exercise of free enterprise, deteriorating the investment environment for EU businesses in that country. Accusing Repsol of lack of investment and claiming environmental damage, Argentina is refusing to pay the 8 billion euros Repsol is demanding for its stake in YPF. The EU's top diplomat, Catherine Ashton, told Parliament President Kirchner's move is cause for grave concern and has wider implications.
A takeover sends a very negative signal to international investors, and it could seriously harm the business environment in Argentina. The measure creates legal insecurity for all European Union and foreign firms in the country. I'm also alarmed, Mr. President, to note that the President referred in her speech to investments in other sectors such as telecoms and banking.
The Parliament resolution calls on the European Commission to seek redress through the World Trade Organization. In the meantime, it urges suspension of preferential trade tariffs with Argentina.
That's all for now from this Strasbourg session. See you next week in Brussels. And find out more about the activities of the largest political force in Parliament by checking eppgroup.eu. Thanks for watching.